Ted Cruz and John Kasich have officially dropped out of the Republican presidential race, leaving Trump as the presumptive nominee, and now it is all but guaranteed that he will secure the 1,237 delegates needed to win outright, so no contested convention. And Republican establishment members are losing their minds right now. You have George H.W. Bush and George W. Bush saying that they're not even going to attend the convention. And then you have people like Mitt Romney saying that they're not going to support Trump no matter what. And when asked whether or not Paul Ryan, the Speaker of the House, would be supporting Donald Trump, this is what he had to say.
Now you have a presumptive nominee, Donald Trump. Will you support him?
Well, to be perfectly candid with you, Jake, I'm just not ready to do that at this point. I'm not there right now, and I hope to, though, and I want to, but I think what is required is that we unify this party. And I think the bulk of the burden on unifying the party will have to come from our presumptive nominee.
So this begs the question, is it the case that Paul Ryan is taking a principled stance against Donald Trump because he just feels as though Donald Trump is taking the Republican Party in the wrong direction? Is he worried that Donald Trump's Muslim ban or the fact that he wants to deport all 11 million undocumented immigrants is just divisive and will lose Republicans' voters? Maybe that's a small portion of it, but let's all be 100% honest here. Paul Ryan doesn't really care about Trump's policies because really deep down, he agrees with most of it, and Donald Trump represents the core of the Republican base. See, the reason why Paul Ryan is worried about Donald Trump and doesn't want to endorse him yet is because Paul Ryan, like always, is looking out for his donors' interests. See, if you watch independent media sources who will actually give you the truth, like Kyle Kulinski, Cenk Uygur, and myself, we've all said the same thing because it's common sense. The reason why the Republican establishment and Republican donors are unsure about Trump and don't want to support him is because they don't know if they can use him as a puppet like all other Republican Party members. There's a reason why the Koch brothers even said that they would consider backing Hillary Clinton over Donald Trump, because they know that Hillary Clinton could be bought off like that. But Donald Trump, who knows if he could be bought off? Now, this is part of Donald Trump's appeal because over 90% of citizens, including Republicans, think that there's too much money in politics. So when you have an anti-establishment candidate like Donald Trump coming along and saying that he's self-funding his campaign, then that's appealing to disenfranchised voters who feel as though their party does not represent them. Now, the thing to keep in mind is that Donald Trump is not principled when it comes to money in politics. See, I covered a story before how Donald Trump was originally courting billionaire donors and wanted them to get behind him. But when they said no, all of a sudden Donald Trump is railing against billionaires and money in politics and how they can buy elections. So who knows what Donald Trump will do? Now it's the case that Sheldon Adelson is saying that he will support Trump since he's the Republican nominee. So whether or not Donald Trump will actually accept Sheldon Adelson's money, it's an open question at this point. We'll see. Now, when you actually look at Donald Trump's list of donors, he doesn't have any specific industry bankrolling his campaign, as is the case with Hillary Clinton, where she's taking millions from particular industries. Part of what makes him appealing, even to some progressive voters, is the fact that he's not going to be persuaded by money in politics, presumably. But at the same time, though, there's a lot of policy positions that Trump holds that makes him incredibly problematic. So even though Hillary Clinton is brazenly corrupt, don't be fooled by Donald Trump because he's no prize either. Again, remember that he contends that climate change is a hoax invented by the Chinese. He also is an anti-vaxxer. He also states that we should literally kill civilians, the family members of ISIS. He wants to spend billions of dollars building a wall when our net immigration from Mexico is zero. That's literally the case. It's been that way for years now. He also wants to ban Muslims from entering or leaving the country. He stated that he would be in support of a Hitler-esque policy where he IDs Muslims somehow or keeps a database of Muslims. And furthermore, he wants to deport all 11 million undocumented immigrants. I'm not okay with that. I'm a humanist. I don't necessarily define whether or not someone should stay on the basis of their citizenship. I define it as human need. And with Mexico being a horrible country with a ton of corruption, with mass famine, I'm not for sending people back to their country where they deal with violence and die. Sorry about that. I'm just not. So don't let Donald Trump fool you. But if he does stick to his guns and reject the money from Sheldon Adelson, well, then we'll give him credit where credit is due. But that doesn't make him a better candidate. I'm not anti-establishment. just for the sake of being anti-establishment. I would be pro-establishment if they actually had the right policy positions in order. So look, here's the thing about Donald Trump. We don't know what he's going to do. We don't know how beholden he'll be to donors. And the reason why we don't know that is why the Republican Party is not willing to back him yet. So this is going to be a circus. Grab your popcorn. We'll see how this plays out.